Welcome to Looper. You've been invited to Looper, the first collaboration software in the creative industry. And as you have successfully put in all your invitational data, you can now sign in. After you've signed in, you actually have to provide Looper with your basic information about your company data as well as personal data. In this example, we have chosen Rudy the reindeer to actually put in his company data and personal data. And as we have now done that, we can carry on. Following the menu, we will go and show you, first of all, one of the key features of Looper called the loop line. The loop line has been designed as a file effect system, first of all, to control all your current future loops that you're going to use within Looper to assign certain tasks. This can be also used if you are actually not only a client, but if you are a creative or a producer who is actually not only getting jobs through this channel, but also receiving jobs. In order to actually show how Looper works, we will show you the basic designs of the loop. The loops are all preset within Looper for general tasks that we think most of our clients are going to ask Looper to fulfill. In this case, we actually ask for web design. In this case, we have chosen that we need a Christmas web page. Rudy needs a new web page, and this has to be assigned. Now, a loop will be actually a complete loop once we have fulfilled all the data, and we have to go through this menu by creating something completely new. If you have already done a web page design in the past, you can upload it. It will make it a lot easier, but in this case we will show you how to create a complete new web page. Here we will be asked if we're going to have the designer doing the web page at our office, at his site, at some external rental space, or we don't have any preference for that. Next, we have to determine how much we're going to actually spend for the web page, and Rudy decides to go for fixed price, and basically we would go for 3,000 euros, which is a more or less realistic amount for a good web page design here in Europe. Further on, the menu carries us to the briefing. Briefing actually allows you to give some sort of description of how you basically want to inform the designer what you'd like to have in it. Rudy isn't very specific. He just says, well, we need an Christmas design, and the field of application is, of course, the Christmas business. In order to acquire new clients in time, we have to also now decide when we're going to actually ask the offer to be fulfilled, so that the creative person knows when he has to reply. We're a bit in a hurry, so we just give him about 2 days from now. Yeah, and then we also say how much time we're going to give the designer to fulfill the whole job, and we go for months later, and maybe 31st of July. Here we can upload elements of the web design that are already on file at Rudy's. For example, images, maybe our web page links, or maybe also designs that are available, pre-designed designs. Here in this case, we're going to browse for just an image that he'd like to have at the first page. Rudy has decided to just go for his favorite Tannenbaum and uploads this within that window. Here we see it here as a file. In some cases you can see the image right away. Now Rudy has to decide if he already knows a creative or if he goes for a complete new one that he would like to invite. Rudy has decided to go for a Christmas design as he knows him and he'd like to invite them. He knows the email address, so he knows that's Chris, and he goes for an invitation. Now, for the future reference, you can also count on recommended partners. That's going to be a major feature of Looper, to actually associate partners and bring them together. That we're going to do also later on with correlation. Now, as we don't have that right now, we just send the loop and carry on. This is chapter 2. In chapter 2, we're going to show you, after you have designed your first basic loop, if you want to carry on with certain additional loops.